Viewers may address questions to this forum by going to Vicenza Military Community Facebook page at VMC Italy. Viewers can also reach our Facebook page via the Garrison homepage. As always, everyone in the Vicenza military community is invited to please use the microphones provided during our program so our broader audience can also hear your questions and comments. Please note that in this forum we do not address personal matters of a legal or medical nature, issues that can be addressed through the chain of command, or issues submitted using inflammatory or derogatory language. We'll begin with a welcome from the Garrison Commander. Colonel Menist.
All right, good morning everyone, and thank you for coming to the November InfoX. And hello to everyone that's watching us either via AFN or webcast over Facebook. And we do have our pad up here, so if you have questions throughout the show, please feel free to put your questions on Facebook, and we'll answer them as they come up or address them as appropriate. And I think that's all I've got. Oh, I do appreciate everyone on the change of our traditional date. Last week was the USAG Strong Teams Week, and much of the chain of command was out up in USAG for our the change of command for the new USAG Commander, Lieutenant General Hodges, and the new Region Director for IMCOM Europe, Mr. Mike Formica. So they have arrived in our in command up in Germany, and so that's where we were last week and why we didn't have the InfoX last week. So thanks for all the
American Heritage Month. So Sergeant First Class Thomas Washington will come up and kick off the Vicenza Military Community Observance activities.
Good morning, I'm Sergeant Washington, the Garrison EO Advisor. At this time, I'm going to go ahead and read a proclamation, excerpt of the proclamation. Every year, our nation pauses to reflect environment, early voices for the values that define our nation, and models of government to our founding fathers. American Indians and Alaska Natives helped build the very fabric of America. Today, their spirit and many contributions continue to enrich our communities and strengthen our country. During National Native American Heritage Month, we honor their legacy, and we recommit to strengthening our nation-to-nation partnerships. As we celebrate the rich traditions of the original peoples of what is now the United States, we cannot forget the long and unfortunate chapters of violence, discrimination, and deprivation they had to endure. For far too long, the heritage we honor today was disrespected and devalued, and Native Americans were told their land, religion, and language were not theirs to keep. We cannot ignore these events or erase their consequences for Native peoples. But as we work together to forge a brighter future, the lessons of our past can help reaffirm the principles that guide our nation today. Every American, including Native American, deserves the chance to work hard and get ahead. This month, we recognize the limitless potential of our tribal nations as we continue our work to build a world where all people are valued and no child has ever had to wonder if he or she has a place in our society. Now, therefore, I, Barack Obama, President of the United States of America, by virtue of the authorized authority vested in me by the Constitution and laws of the United States, do hereby proclaim November 2014 as Native American Heritage Month. I call upon all Americans to commemorate this month with appropriate programs and activities, and to celebrate November 28th, 2014 as Native American Heritage Day. I, witness whereof, I have hereunto set my hand on this 31st day of October in the year of our Lord 2014 and the independence of the United States of America and 239th, Barack Obama. Thank you. At this time, I would also like to advertise the event. We're having the Native American Heritage Month event this Friday from 15:30 to 16:30 here upstairs at the arena. Also, at this time, we'd like to have a short cake cutting ceremony.
All right, this morning we have 5 hot topics. First up, the Postal Service Center Supervisor, Mr. Tyrone Knight, will talk about what PSC holiday operating hours are, as well as the mailing deadlines.
Okay, I'm Tyrone Knight, and I'd like to talk about our holiday mailing deadlines. Our holiday mailing deadline Wednesday, 26th November. For PAL parcels, it's Wednesday, 3 December. And for first class and priority parcels, it's Wednesday, 10 December. Unfortunately, express service is not available to APOs here in Italy. Next slide. We have some slight changes in our operating hours. We're no longer closed Tuesday mornings, so our operating hours are from our Monday through Friday from 10 to 5:30 p.m. Register mail closes for lunch from 1 to 2 p.m. and closes for the day at 5 o'clock p.m. And that service is only available at Caserma Italy. The PSC will close on federal holidays, and we do have appointments available for people mailing out 5 or more packages. And appointments are only in the mornings between 9 and 10 o'clock. If you're interested, you can call DSN 634-7430 or commercial line 0444-71-7430. Next slide. Next slide. All right, we also have a Saturday schedule, and that Saturday schedule starts November 29th. Our Saturday schedules are from 10 to 2 o'clock p.m. And the first Saturday is November 29th, Saturday December 6th, and Saturday December 13th. We're open for both mailing out packages and package pickup. On December 20th, we're only available for package pickup. We also will have Operation Santa Claus, which is Wednesday, December 24th, and that's going to be for package pickup only, and that's going to be from 10 o'clock to 5:30 p.m. Okay. That's it.
Okay, thank you. Next, we're going to have the Central Processing Facility Manager, Mr. Corey Kurzman, come up and talk about Sojournos.
Good morning. My name is Corey Kurzman. Just want to let everyone know about what's going on with our Sojournos situation. I'm sure many people have turned in their applications and haven't received anything yet. Just to let you know, as of the April-May timeframe, the increase of refugees into Italy has gone up significantly. That it has greatly affected all of our applications. I will tell you that as of last month, we turned in our total number of Sojournos we turned in is 779, and unfortunately, we did not get any back. When you look at it from the point of view of the Questura Immigration Office, they are trying to take care of the immediate issue of all the refugees coming into their country who have no identification or any documentation. Good news is we got a phone call from the Questura Immigration Office last week that they are going to concentrate more effort on our Sojournos, and our next pickup and drop-off is the 21st. So hopefully we'll actually be able to start getting Sojournos back so that we can let you know when to come pick up your Sojournos. I just asked for your patience on this, and as we work through this tough time with the Questura, they're doing the best they can. Unfortunately, I will tell you, case in point, when we went down there to talk to them, the director actually had a phone call during the meeting of another busload of refugees coming in. So it is a true problem with them. So, but they are definitely told us they're going to be working on our Sojournos. Thank you.
And so I know that's a very frustrating thing for some folks because we do all the paperwork right, we get it turned in on time, and the chain of command says, hey, do this, make sure you get it in by your date, and we get it turned in either for the initial or for a renewal, and we feel like we've done everything right, and then it gets to a certain point and it stops within the system. But I ask that you pass that on to your soldiers that or family members that may be feeling that frustration to hang on. It's not anything that they did wrong, or it's not anything that we've done wrong. It's not anything the Italian government's done wrong. They've just been overwhelmed with the workload based upon the immigration pieces, as Corey mentioned. So ask for a little patience on that and continue to hang on, and we'll continue to give updates as we get them. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Next, we're going to have First Lieutenant Obregon from the 173rd Brigade talk about the Vicenza Military Community Thanksgiving meal.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Lieutenant Obregon. I'm with the 173rd Brigade Command Group. I'm their operations officer. Just want to go over the dining facility changes that will happen the week of Thanksgiving. As you see on this slide here, we will have the DFAC will be serving at Del Den for the community for Thanksgiving on Tuesday the 25th. For spouses and dependents, it'll be $6.55, and for soldiers, $7.70 unless they have a meal card. There will be regular bus schedules going to and from the Del Den and Caserma Ederle as well. Next slide, please. These are the updated hours to facilitate this DFAC change. As you'll see on Tuesday from 12 to 1600, that's when we'll be actually serving the community their Thanksgiving meal over at Del Den. And you'll see some different time changes for Caserma Ederle and Caserma Del Den's hours to facilitate that. One thing to highlight on this is on the 28th through the 30th, the dining facility here on Caserma Ederle, the south of the Alps, will be closed.
Thank you. Now we'll have Anita Fitch, Chief of the Client Services for the Office of the Staff Judge Advocate, to give us some tips on social media awareness.
Thank you. Good morning. My name is Anita Fitch. I'm going to just provide you a few tips and things to keep in mind when using social media. Did you know there are over 2.3 billion active users of the various social media networks? And that Facebook alone, people are uploading more than 350 million pictures a day onto social media or onto Facebook itself. So obviously social media has become a big part of our life. It allows Army organizations to share information and allows us to keep in touch and share information with our family and friends back in the States. That said, operations security and personal privacy concerns should be paramount when using social media. We all read in the paper every now and then about the family whose house was broken into when they were posting their vacation pictures, or the employee who loses their job after posting or something inappropriate on Twitter. So there's also some tips that we should be concerned with when using social media, because there are people out there who are trying to collect information, whether to use it to steal your identity or otherwise exploit sensitive information that you may have inadvertently posted on social media itself. I've included two broad categories of what not to post. This is posting personally identifiable information or information that can damage Army operations. This would include descriptions of overseas bases, statements regarding unit morale, statements regarding future operations, which would include statements that involve deployment dates or redeployment dates, statements regarding daily military activities or capabilities, and also statements regarding a discussion of areas that are frequented by overseas service members. The second category would be not posting sensitive information about yourself, such as your schedule, your address. These are things we frequently see on Facebook, and you should try to avoid or refrain from posting this type of information. Overall, ask, what could the wrong person do with the information that you're posting on social media? I've also posted some additional security tips to consider. First off, only friend people that you know. I don't know if you're like me, but I get friend requests from people I have no idea who they are. So be careful and be cautious who you're friending. Don't share information that you do not want to become public. Once it gets out there, it's hard to get back. So assume anyone can see the information that you post and share. Look at your browser settings, monitor your browser history, make sure you know where all the access points are coming from. Adjust your privacy settings for maximum protection and security. Also be aware of geotagging. Geotagging can inadvertently let anyone know your whereabouts. It's automatically embedded in a lot of smartphones and cameras, so if you don't want someone to automatically know where you are, consider disabling this function. Geotagging adds an automatic 10-digit physical identification into SMS messages, into pictures and things like that. So just be aware of the electronic media that you're using. Review your photos before posting online. Make sure you know what you're posting. And essentially, if you're not comfortable putting the same information on a sign out in your front yard, don't post it on social media. Thank you.
Okay, and our final hot topic, the Director of FMWR, Christopher Bradford, will discuss some of the upcoming MWR events for the month of November.
Thank you very much. Good morning. Most recently, we had a very large community event centered around a holiday of Halloween, and I just wanted to publicly announce or thank all of those who participated. I think we had a lot of great events, from zombie runs to haunted houses to private organizations and FRGs doing events, and then, of course, trick-or-treating successfully executed on Villaggio. So big thank you to the residents of Villaggio for opening up their homes, and those of you who volunteered to help that happen, make that happen. If anybody has some kind of after-action type comments collected for ways we can continue to improve for next year's event, please, while it's fresh in your mind, send them to us so we can make it better.
I did want to add, I've heard
Yes,
a
sir.
few offhanded comments about that there was too much candy given out, and all the children were too hyper for the following days, and Bob is giving me the evil eye down at the end. So I think, but that keeps you in business, though, Bob.
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Continue, please.
Yes, sir. We will try to find the right balance of sugar rush for all. On the slides here, we're highlighting a few of the programs coming up this month. Today starts the date that you can register your youth for either basketball or cheerleading. It's also adult basketball season starting tomorrow. I think they've got some basketball in the fitness center as well. It's also ski season, so one of the upcoming ski trips is highlighted there on the slides. There's a few other trips, I think, that same long weekend going there, so definitely encourage you to take advantage of that. A couple things that I didn't get on the slides, but I just feel like I should point out is next Monday is free teen bowling. It's bowling night for teens. Stop by the teen center and get all the information. Again, it's free bowling, free pizza, free entry, free fun. And then also we have another comedy show coming that we just learned about, the Armed Forces Entertainment Comedy Show, and we're going to have them at the Del Den Warrior Zone next Saturday, 15 November at 9 p.m. So don't miss that. Of course, there's another event there. I just learned this morning that the tree lighting ceremony will slip from the 4th to the 5th of December. Did I get that right, sir? Okay, so that's your chance. Santa Claus is slightly delayed this year, but he will be there live and in person on that date to help welcome in the Christmas season. Of note on the slide also, I encourage all of you to check out the MWR website for Thanksgiving hours. There's just too many different facilities with too many unique hours of operation to list them all on the slide, but for those of you who are online, if you go to that website, you can see the Thanksgiving holiday hours. Also included are regular hours of operation. This Saturday afternoon, I got an ICE comment through ICE that the Auto Skills was not open on Saturdays and that it was a terrible thing because he could only use the services to change his oils on Saturday. And he said, well, thank you for reading this, but I doubt anybody really cares or is reading it. Signed anonymous, didn't leave his name or information. I looked at it and I said, wow, I'm pretty sure they're open. I think they are. So I went to the website myself to just double check my sanity. Sure enough, we're open. And we were open when he sent that comment card. So if you're listening, anonymous soldier, we are listening. We do care. The Auto Skills Center is open on Saturdays. Also open till 8 p.m. Tuesday through Fridays to accommodate those who are working during the duty hours. But I say that to just encourage you to use those resources that are available to you to find out when the hours are and what the different schedules are. Thank you very much.
And I'll add on to that too, please. We want you to use the ICE to give us feedback, but please leave your name or contact information so we can get back to you on responses on how we address your feedback, because we get a lot of good ideas that we implement, and we want to make sure that whoever has submitted that ICE comment recognizes that we've made that adjustment, or we can explain why something is the way it is. Sometimes it's founded in Army regulation, policy, or actual law that we have to do something, and we just need to educate everyone about why that is. So please leave your name and contact information when you submit a nice comment so that we can get back to you and give you our feedback to your comment. Thank you.
Okay, sir. Next up, we would like to take a moment to recognize our outstanding volunteers for the month of October. I invite Miss Ann Fugate, the Army Volunteer Corps Program Manager, to the microphone.
The Vicenza Army Volunteer Corps is pleased to announce the Outstanding Community Volunteers for October 2014. The adult Outstanding Volunteer for October is Specialist Brittany Bailey, who was nominated by Better Opportunities for Single Soldiers, or BOSS. Specialist Bailey, who is a soldier with Public Health Command District Southern Europe, has contributed more than 200 hours to the BOSS program over the last year. She has supported all BOSS projects, from smaller events like monthly bowling nights to large. Bailey is an advocate for BOSS, helping to inform and recruit soldiers for the program, and whenever the BOSS president is not available to lead a project, she steps up and takes charge. Her energy and engagement have increased the program's productivity and attendance nearly 100%, even if many of us are not aware of what she does behind the scenes. Okay, the Youth Outstanding Volunteer for October is Kyle. For the past year. When he is scheduled to serve, he is always there early, making sure everything is ready for Mass. Even if he is not scheduled, he pitches in whenever help is needed. He is just older. His volunteer work reflects his dedication to his community and his maturity, kindness.
Community announcements.
Exciting things going on. So if you got the sugar rush already from Halloween with MWR, we've got the shopping rush. For right now, we've got all our Christmas merchandise is going up as we speak. We also just received a container of Ashley furniture. So we've got a couple pieces in the store already. That's a new program for us. So those will be going out throughout the day. Also, Black Friday hours. So we're going to be opening, that's on 28 November. We're going to be opening the mall doors at midnight. At 0500, Pino's will open, so we can get our coffee. 0600, we'll be giving out the doorbuster tickets, and that's one same program we did last year, and it's one per ID card holder per item. And at 0800, the main store doors will open. We'll have specials throughout the day. Some of those will be special pricing on specific items, and also we'll be doing category discounts. Another thing we've got going on, and for right now, are the bounce back coupons. So these are for, we'll be giving out 15 and 16 November, and these can be used from 19 to 23 November. And like for these, you can get 20% off a purchase of $100 or more, or $50 off a purchase of $250 or more. And then we've got similar for December. We'll be giving these out 20 and 21 December, and you can use these from 26 December through 4 January, and that's 10% off your purchase. And today, if you're here and interested, we'll be giving out the November ones after.
Not an MWR event, but If I could ask you to back up a few slides, I think that we had a Meet the Mayors event slide in there, the PAO event for Meet the Mayors coming up.
All right, so I'll talk on this one. This is a great event. It was one of the first events that I went to when I got here last year. And for those of you who haven't been to one, all of the mayors of all the surrounding communities come here to Vicenza to show off everything that their city or their community here and they fill it with things to give away, whether it's food or wine or cheese or flyers to certain events or museums or art exhibits or activity, what they've got to our community, so in the hopes of getting those folks to come out and visit. There's usually somewhere between 60 or so mayors, and they all compete to see who can come up with the best booth and have the best giveaways. It's a great event. I encourage everyone to come, all of your soldiers to come. Anyone that says, it's boring here, I have nothing to do, I don't know where to go, send them this event, and they will have more things than they can do in the next year if they go through units. It's a great opportunity for all the boss soldiers to come out as well, to see what kind of activities are out there in the community. So thank you for that. Okay. Thanks, Chris, for catching that one.
Just real quick to let the community know about a bit of a change in our opening hours. I think it's already posted on our billboard and also on our Facebook, but next Thursday we've moved our training time to the afternoon, so we'll be open from 8:30 to 11:30 at the health center. Excuse me, and then of course closed for the Thanksgiving celebration Thursday and Friday. Just want to wish everybody a happy Thanksgiving coming into the holiday season.
Good morning. Unlike the Car Care Center, we're not open on Saturdays, but that doesn't mean we don't care. Because we certainly do. It seems that we survived the Halloween onslaught as the preamble to Christmas, and so over the next 60 to 90 days, we at the DENTAC would like to wish you happy holidays, but also to encourage you as parents to oversee the mitigation of kids at home. Our suggestion to you is let them sit down and eat it all at one time rather than space it out over time, because it just takes about a half hour for your saliva to neutralize and mitigate against that attack. So that's all we really have. Just empty the bucket at one time. From now and on to the future, if you're on a game show, that's a strategy to employ. And short of that, hopefully that everyone survived those Bellagio-driven hyperglycemics that the Garrison commander talked about.
So Drew, do you endorse that method of candy consumption?
I absolutely do.
Everything in moderation. Everything in moderation.
Okay, thank you. No, okay. All right, so if anyone's got some, send them in, and I'll have them passed up to me. But with that, continue on.
Okay, sir. At this time, we open up the microphone for any community announcements from the audience. We ask today that each individual sign up at the announcement list on the clipboard in the back, which will assist AFN in further broadcasting your 30-second announcement. Please, at this time, when you come to the microphone, introduce yourself and your organization.
Good morning, everybody. Staff Sergeant Williams from the BOSS program here. Just want to give an announcement to all the leadership and soldiers out there for what BOSS is doing in November. On Thanksgiving Day, November 27th, from 6 to 7 p.m., inside the Warrior Zone, we'll be doing a Thanksgiving dinner, and it's open and free to all single soldiers, geographical bachelors, and their guests. So I'd like to invite everybody out, and the Warrior Zone as well will be open for normal business throughout that day as well. If you have any further questions, you can go on our BOSS Facebook page or give me a call at 637-2712. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. My name is John Paolo. I'm from Club Beyond, Youth of the Chapel. For those not familiar, Club Beyond is for every military teen, middle school and high school. We have two separate ministries. I just wanted to highlight something for you all right now while I'm here. We have a Winter Blitz winter camp coming up on 28 December through 02 January. It's a place where actually all installations assemble. We usually have about 400 to 500 students, so it's a really excellent opportunity for those here in Vicenza. We have 2 half days of skiing. We go down downtown Innsbruck, and we have lots of other winter sports planned for them. That's for high school, and if you need more information, I'll stick around afterwards. We also have a adventure camp coming up in April. That's for our middle school students. We'll also be up in Austria, just like our Winter Bits camp. So if you have any questions, let me know. We just to let you know, our Winter Blitz is filling up really quickly, and so we only have a limited amount of spots. So please talk with us. My DSN number is 634-7757. Thank you.
Good morning. Good morning, everybody. My name is Michelle Damaris, and I am here to make an announcement for ACS. We will once again be organizing the Angel Tree program, and that program seeks to provide gifts and clothing for children from qualified families by anonymous. Last year, we were able to match 90 children and over 40 families with gifts for the holiday season, and we'd like to continue on with that generosity and those donations again this year. We're going to be having a big kickoff event on 3 December at around 1400 at the ACS or Davis Soldier Family Readiness Center, and you all are all welcome to attend. At the event, we'll have light refreshments, and we'll have a holiday tree with angels representing each of the children who are in need of gifts this year. Everybody is welcome to come grab an angel and make that commitment to a soldier's family to provide gifts for them on the holiday. Please, again, come and join us on 3 December at 1400 at the Davis Family Readiness Center. Again, my name is Michelle. If you have any questions, I'll be sticking around after the InfoX to answer them, or you can call me. My DSN is 634-8138. Thank you.
Hi, good morning. My name is Christine Mwaga. I'm from DHR. I am here today to discuss CFC. CFC is not yet over. In fact, they gave us a 2-week extension, so now we're ending on 21 November. Currently, we only have $76,000 raised. Only 250-something people have actually given us their documents and saying, here, I am going to do it, or they've done it online so we don't see anything. So that means it's only a 14% participation rate that we're looking at. So I'd ask for you all to consider giving if you have not yet done so, or if you have done so, reach out to your unit rep and say, hey, go turn in my stuff, because that's one of the biggest issues is they're not actually coming in to turn in. If you have not yet given, feel free to stop by a table in the back. You can pick up goodies. I have flyers, and I have the charity listing, so we can donate today.
Good morning. My name is Leslie, and I'm coming from Outdoor Rec, FMWR. I'm just here to remind you that if you haven't done so already, you should swing by and grab our winter calendar. And also while you're there, you can sign up for any of our trips and get ready for the season and rent some of your equipment. So skis and snowboards, if you didn't bring them over from the States, you can rent them from us. Also with that, with Thanksgiving around the corner, we also have a Thanksgiving dinner that we're doing that day. And when I say dinner, I mean lunch. And we're going to go to a local winery, and we'll have the turkey, the stuffing, vegetables, dessert, more of your beverage of choice. And then also with Thanksgiving means the kickoff of ski and snowboard season. We've had a ton of people come into our office already and renting equipment. So come in. After Thanksgiving, we'll actually have weekend trips every Saturday that you can come out on, and we have instruction with that. So if you haven't done it yet or you're still a beginner, come out and take a lesson from us. Thank you.
Chaplain Mark Shelton, Family Life Chaplain, proudly stand here to announce that our chapel on November the 2nd took up $10,000. Chapels across the community, $10,000 for food vouchers this year for those who would need money for anything like food for during this Christmas holiday season, Thanksgiving season. Please come by the chapel and inquire. We're starting the first class rankings, and we'll be glad to help you and assist you in any way. You don't have to give a name. You don't have to do anything like that at all. It's just, you just walk in, ask, present the needs, and we will try to help you as much as we can. And also, all of our...
Okay, sir, I think that's it. Now we'll turn it over to you for the open forum portion.
Okay, my favorite part, InfoX, live TV. Anyone have any comments or questions from the crowd? Okay, Julie, anything show up on the webpage? All right, very quiet crowd today.
They're excited about the cake.
They are. They might already be eating, or they're still in the after falling off the sugar high from Halloween. Okay, well, with that, Commence Sergeant Major.
Yes, it's still morning. Good morning. I'd just like to say a couple of things. For the volunteers, you know, we don't ever give our volunteers enough appreciation that they do for the community. They do a lot for the community. I'm thinking back about the Halloween, all the volunteers that made this thing possible, and all the other events that the volunteer put their personal time in, and to make everything work for our community. So for the volunteers, let's give a round of applause for our volunteers. They really do a good job for our community. My second note is to beat the mayors. And I know they come in here and they're going to put up all this nice stuff to us to eat and drink. I hope we don't drink and drive for the community. But I ask the community as they go out and they meet the mayors, I ask you all to come out and meet the mayors. They really like for us, when I say us, the American soldiers and their families, to come out to their communities. And everything they have lined up, they want our participation. I'm going to tell you, the couple that I did go to, it was great. And they want more American soldiers and their families to come to their communities and see what they have and see what they have to offer. So just like Colonel Menist mentioned earlier, hey, don't sit back and think the Vicenza, when I say Vicenza, the post is the only thing that we have going for us. But the communities out here, they really want our participation. So please don't be bashful about going out and meeting the mayors in all these communities. I know we have the National Native American Month observant this Friday. Please come and join us so that we can observe the Native Americans of what all they did for the United States and our military. And you'd be surprised what they accomplished to make our nation great. CFC. Okay, we need some, I know it's 100% contact, but we really like 100% donations. So let's make sure that the units, let's get our soldiers and whoever to donate to the CFC and organizations. Number 5 note is the Boss Thanksgiving dinner. I know we're doing a lot of Thanksgiving dinner throughout the community. Another one of those resilience things for our senior soldiers. A lot of them are away from their families or their loved ones. And with the senior soldiers here, what Staff Sergeant Williams is doing is great for our senior soldiers. You got a lot of soldiers probably don't want to go to the DFAC. Probably got a lot of senior soldiers don't want to go downtown. But a lot of senior soldiers do utilize the warrior zone. That's their comfort. So commanders and everybody, let's make sure that the soldiers are there. Let's make sure that we solicit that to our single soldiers and let them know that there is ways for them to have Thanksgiving dinner now. I know last year I was welcomed to a Thanksgiving dinner, and I gained 20 pounds last year, and I lost it for this year. So don't be hesitant to invite me over to dinner. Okay. I know the holiday season is approaching us, and I'm going to talk 2 things: the holiday season and safety. It's winter months, and we're doing a lot of winter activities. And a lot of us like to go out and just hastily do things without planning. So let's make sure we plan accordingly to our winter activities so that we won't have no fatalities, so we all can come back after the holiday season and come back and ready to work. And lastly, this is my last InfoX. I'd like to thank everybody for a joyous time. I'd like to thank everybody for all the comments. I'd like to thank everybody here for sharing the information to the community to make sure that we as a community is making our community great. So look forward to see you, everybody who were able to make it at my change of responsibility, myself and Sergeant Major Dennison, who will be replacing me, and embrace him to let him know that he is coming to a great community. Thank you all.
Stole all of my notes, and now I have none. But I do want to highlight, yes, the change of responsibility. Thank you, Command Sergeant Major, for everything you've done. I'll have more to say on Friday, but we appreciate the entire community what you've done for us. So thank you. Chief.
Well, I think Colonel Menist was looking at my notes before he wrote them on his paper, and then Sergeant Major looked at it, because Sergeant Major hit virtually every talking point that I had, so I will not overly stress those. I will expand a little bit beyond it as he talked about the soldiers and the BOSS program and the importance and the resiliency piece that goes along with it. I would encourage all of you to take a half a step back and expand your aperture on that same question. We are overseas. You have a lot of folks here who are separated from families. We're entering the holiday season. We understand that that is a very joyous time for all of us, or for most of us, but there are some out there that it is a time where it's a problem. And that applies to our civilians, that applies to our single soldiers, that applies to our married soldiers, it applies to our family members. It's up and down the chain. So expand your aperture is what I would encourage everyone to do. Well, whether you're a leader and you're looking at your entire team and putting things in place to work with your team, or you're an individual who's looking to volunteer and to help out with somebody who's a coworker or somebody that you're there with. I want to make a couple of comments on where we are with USARAF, because about a month ago we were all wrapped up with what was happening with our mission in Liberia. To give you an update, USARAF obviously is pretty much pulled out of that from executing it directly. We have not pulled out of it from executing it in support. So there is still a lot of activity that's going on with support of the mission that's happening right now down on the ground in Liberia. That said, I'm sure all of you know that we have our leaders, and our team is pretty much almost all completely back here, and they're out in Del Den. Boss had a town hall last week. That is going extremely well. The key point I want to raise to all of you is that there are many of you in the audience or who are listening who have contributed to supporting our soldiers out there at Del Den. And I want to pass on our thanks for your support. Organizations on this post are supporting those soldiers, and I'm sure that all of you have seen that in the United States we've seen a number of cases of Ebola come and go without any further spreading, which kind of goes to further kind of solidify the science that's behind that. So I hope that that is something that everyone is continuing to track, and we look forward to our soldiers being reunited with their families here very shortly. They're all doing extremely well, and in a large part it's because of the support of this community and the support of all of you here are given in that. So I just wanted to pass on our thanks in that regard. And the last point I'll make very quickly is definitely a recognition. Sergeant Major Council's getting ready to leave on behalf of USARAF, and I'm sure this entire community. We thank you for your service, Sergeant Major. You've done a great job here the last couple of years, and we look forward to Sergeant Major Dennison being on the ground as well. But understand that you're departing with a lot of fond memories and appreciation on the part of the team here.
I see him in the back, but he did not have a comment or a stand-up this time, so I'm channeling Don and wanted to put out a Army safe is Army strong. Unless you had something last-minute surprise that was about to come running in the door here, Don.
Army safe, Army strong.
All right, excellent. Okay. All right. I have had, obviously we have a lot of activities going on for the holidays, both, lost my light, shorted it out. Okay, we have a lot of activities coming up for the holidays, both Thanksgiving, the Christmas time, and are already starting to see them, and there's going to be a lot of them. And people sometimes say, well, there's too many, I can't go to them all. Okay, well, you don't have to go to all of them. It's about choices, and there's lots of choices out there. So you got to pick and choose which one's best suited for you, because if we only had one event every day, then yes, you could go to every single one, but then that's the one you would have to go to, and there'd be no choice, and I believe in choices. So oftentimes you will see that there's multiple events on a single day, and that's better. With more choices, we have more ability to reach the entire community, both single soldiers, family members, DA civilians, our local national workforce, everyone that's involved, of course, across the entire demographic. So it's okay that there's choices, and sometimes you can't go to everything. That's all right. There's just not enough days in the week. But I'd rather have more choices than no choices. So that's that. Okay, so we're getting back on schedule for our next InfoX. We'll be back at our normal time, the 3rd of December. And as per our tradition, there's no InfoX for January because that's right there on the New Year's and the half-day schedule. But we will see you all on the 3rd of December, and I still have no questions from the group. Nothing? Okay, so either, well, we'll see what happened there. Okay, that's all I've got. Thank you all for joining us. Please stand by for cake.
Okay, sir, the next InfoX will be Wednesday, December 3rd at 10:30 here in the arena. Materials shown at this InfoX can be found on the Garrison homepage under the InfoX tab. At the top of the page, the entire InfoX will also be posted to the AFN Vicenza YouTube channel. Colonel Menist.
So either it was not podcast or...